The tweet says if James Gunn planned the MCU like he started the DCU, it would have started with Iron Man, Ironheart, and Venom. And I hate to admit it, but this is so right and captures the three biggest mistakes that this new DC universe made. Let me explain. First of all, the DC universe is making the biggest mistake possible when starting a new cinematic universe, and it's completely missing what made the MCU work, which is that first Avengers film we got in 2012. Marvel understood that before you can tell a lot of these smaller scale stories with lesser known characters, you had to establish your main Avengers that were all going to team up, and it all happened within about 3 to 4 years of the MCU starting. And then after that first Avengers movie, that is what made it a cinematic universe that people felt so attached to. Before that, it was really just standalone films. I know we're only a year in, but the new DC universe is basically just a Superman cinematic universe as of right now. There's no big event to make people care about all the little stories being told in this universe yet. Like, we have a movie about Superman, and the second movie is about Supergirl. That almost feels like a spin-off to the general audience, and clearly people did not care to go and see it. It underperformed terribly at the box office. The next movie is Clayface, which again might do okay at the box office being a horror film, but nobody besides us super nerds are going to see it because they're invested in the DC universe. They're just going to go and see it because it's like, oh, this is a horror film, or I like Batman. And yes, I know we're getting the Lanterns in a TV show in a few months, but I also think that's a mistake because yes, it could be an incredible TV show, but you're not going to build up this great cinematic universe by having it separated into movies and TV shows this early on. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that made the MCU feel so messy and uncoordinated, is splitting up between having movies and TV shows. People can't keep up with all of that, and now this new DC universe is starting with a mix of both. And this is confirmed further by the fact that we know one of the next projects we're getting is the Jimmy Olsen TV show of him working at the Daily Planet and doing stuff, which again could be an incredible TV show on its own, but it's not going to do anything for making this universe feel like anything more than a Superman cinematic universe as of right now. Like, this graphic is really too accurate. If Marvel started off right away just doing these random spin-offs about side and lesser known characters, nobody would have been invested in the way that they were. And listen, I know we are kind of building up to something with Planet Salvation that we saw in the Peacemaker TV show, but that's another mistake they're making. This is going to take way too long to get to this eventual big team up event, whether that's like a Justice League film or something else, that I don't know if the DCU is even going to make it to its first big team up that gets all the general audiences involved in this universe. I'm not trying to just sound the panic alarms after one DCU film has flopped at the box office, but you have to acknowledge Supergirl is one of the biggest superhero movie flops of all time. Warner Brothers, that's in charge of DC Studios, is being bought by Paramount. Entirely new leadership and owners are going to be in there. And yeah, publicly they say they're going to keep everyone in charge. But if this new DC universe is bleeding cash on all its new releases, I think it's fair to say that this might not get very far. Like, maybe they'll keep Superman going on his own thing, give him a trilogy, and keep the Batman separate, give him a trilogy. But I don't know if we're ever actually going to get a Justice League film. Because yes, 2027 has Superman and then the Batman Part 2, which isn't even in the main timeline, but there's not even a finished script for some of their next upcoming films like a Wonder Woman movie or Teen Titans. We probably won't see those until very late 2028 at the very earliest. Again, when the MCU started, it was back to back. You had Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, a Captain America, boom, right into the Avengers movie. I don't want them to just rush into a Justice League movie like the DCEU did with Zack Snyder, but I do feel like we have to pick up the pace a little bit and get to this first because that is the big event that draws everybody in and makes them care. Now, if you want to see all my other DC videos and Supergirl review and all that good stuff, click the playlist above my head right now, and thank you so much for watching.